Okay, we're ready to plate up and ready for Janice and I to have our dinner. So where we left off last time, I had put the short ribs into braise. They braised for approximately 2 hours till the meat was tender and coming off the bones. I took the meat out, I strained the liquid, and put it in a saucepan, a smaller pan, and reduced it. And then I thickened it up with just a little bit of roux, not much. Roux is equal parts of fat and flour cooked. So if you don't want to mess with that, it would be perfectly fine if you were to use a pack of that North Swiss demi-glace sauce mix. And if you added that, it would add a little flavor plus tighten it up a little bit. So if you don't want to mess with roux, that's a good way to go. So we've got the short ribs. I left them in the sauce here to keep them warm while I was getting everything else done. So we'll start with that. And then in the meantime, I sauteed the gnocchi that we made. I sauteed the gnocchi in a little butter. And that looks like plenty. And same with the spinach. Spinach is sauteed. These came out pretty small, but they're off the bone now too. So, and then the other thing I always like to do, a little trick, just to make it a little bit more fattening. If you add a little bit of whole butter to your sauce at the end, the heat is off. Just swirl the butter in, and that does a couple things. It adds richness, but it also adds a nice sheen. If you see how shiny that sauce is, it adds a nice sheen to the sauce. So it makes your sauce look a lot better. And we want everything.
So this is the gnocchi that you sauteed.
So we want everything not only to taste good, we want it to look good too. So we're going to put this. I'm going to add a little more sauce at the end. Actually, I'm going to do that here in a second because I don't want a lot of sauce hiding the gnocchi. So let's add a little sauce. Go. Now, we'll add a little bit of spinach.
And that was sauteed in butter?
Yep, just a little sauce, just a little bit of butter. Okay. Now, first of all, that's bothering me right there. I know it sounds stupid, but it really does bother me. Okay. These are the oven-dried tomatoes. And believe me, if you don't try anything, try these tomatoes. They are just killer. The flavors, it's outrageous. Love them. I think later on I'm going to make some pasta with that lamb sausage that I made, and I'll put some of these in there. Okay, so that's our braised lamb shanks. That's our braised short ribs with the homemade gnocchi and spinach. It's all ready to go. So that's the end of that, and we'll see what we're making next.